welcome to WeLikeDota. Please follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube at WeLikeDota. Tonight I'm bringing you the WeLikeDota Community Night. It's a Captain's Mode game. Yeah. Thanks for joining me. I'm Bunny, your host. You can always find me on Steam at Bunny, followed by the special character over the 6 key and the character key. Feel free to send me a message, add friend me, that kind of stuff, and I can make sure that you are added to the WeLikeDota Guild. Look up the WeLikeDota Guild, available in iTunes. Search WeLikeDota, all one word. They've got a great podcast over there. Nice bunch of guys, and
10 seconds to go.
A great community as well. We play these community night games every Wednesday and Friday night, pretty much. So if you would like to join one of these community night games, then that's the place to go. We also have a Reddit at WeLikeDota.reddit.com. It's a pretty active hoppin' place, and we do post updates on whenever we're going to play some games. Usually 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, running to about midnight. So getting into the game here, we have on the Dire side Kyler, Busby, Quiet, Diddy Mitch, and Parkview. And on the Radiant side, we have Rainbow Dash, Pretty Bunnies, Cheese Whiz, Aloweave Wizard, and Tugs McBoat.
Vengeful spirit.
Dire's pick.
Tugs McBoat is actually the player of the week at WeLikeDota for this week. So congrats to him, and thanks for being an awesome guy, Tugs. I apologize if my mic is sounding a little bit weird at the moment. I'm using a different mic today than I usually do. Hopefully it's coming through okay.
10 seconds to go.
Oh, sorry, let me switch over
5
something.
seconds.
Ignore the man behind the curtain. I just want to make sure that I am on open mic. There we go, in case anybody's spectating and that way they can watch the broadcast of this. Oh, and it looks like we have a team on the Radiant side as well. 5th appendage. Okay, a bunch of tentacles, perhaps? Very nice, guys. I don't know who put up that team banner, but it's interesting. I wonder if they'll have some
10 seconds to go.
team banners or custom logos for their base
5 seconds.
plates and that kind of thing. I suppose I should talk about the picks, because that would be the professional thing to do. Not that I've ever claimed to be professional, but okay, so we've got some early bands: Tidehunter, Ember Spirit, Troll, Warlord, and Sniper. All very reasonable, I think. Early support pickups: Lich and Vengeful Spirit.
Wind Ranger at your service.
Both also very reasonable.
Radiant's pick.
Wind Ranger pickup for the Lich combo. I'm not sure those two synergize really, but they are both strong support options. Wind Ranger now being somewhat flexible, especially since they changed over her
10 seconds to go.
her ultimate so that it's no longer a unique attack modifier.
5 seconds.
She has some carry potential in that for sure.
Reserve time.
I actually really like Wind Ranger. She's my most played. She has really a lot of utility. She's great in the off lane as a solo off lane. Has a great escape mechanism. She can play mid because of her range. And nowadays she can even sort of carry. I'd say she's still better as a semi-carry rather than a carry itself. But she can really push a lot of damage, and I know a lot of people forego her ultimate, which is Focus Fire. It does decrease her actual attack damage as she attacks, but she attacks at a huge rate of speed, and if she gets Ags, then her that actual damage reduction actually decreases a lot, and at level 3 it's a 0% damage reduction, so she's just spewing damage at a ridiculous rate. a great ability to push down towers. So she's a pretty good nuker. Between her power shot and her focus fire, it's a great nuke ability, a great pushing ability. And so she can definitely split push as well. She's actually got just a huge range of abilities in the right hands. In the hands of a pro, she's really dangerous. She also has a reliable stun and shackle shot, especially if you can play the position.
Radiance ban.
Quite a game of geometry in order to land those shackle shots, but it is a really long stun. You can see at level 4 it's a 3.75 second stun, so that's
10 seconds to go.
Really big. On the other side we have an Ogre Magi, so could be some tri-lane potential on the Radiant side. Vengeful Spirit and Ogre Magi both combining well as supports. Venge with her reliable stun and her armor debuff, and Ogre Magi with a good slow and some good damage potential as well.
5 seconds. Dire's pick.
Ogre Magi does take a stun pretty early as well in its Fire Blast. It's 1.5 second stun.
Radiant's pick.
So it's pretty good. And we've got a Witch Doctor on the Dire side as well. So a fast 3 supports, or I guess 2 supports and a flexible pick in Wind Ranger. Looks like this is going to be a big game of stuns. We have 4 out of the 5 heroes.
Behold the Hall of Madness.
There's Madness,
Drow Ranger.
more control, and Drow Ranger with
pick.
strong slows. How crazy is that? I don't think there's a single hero on the board right now that does not have a stun or a slow.
Medusa.
Dire's ban.
And a Medusa added to the mix. So that's 8 heroes with a stun or a slow. Now all we need is like a faceless void on the Dire side.
Go. 5 seconds.
Apparently no one wants to play Dota. We'll just all stun and slow each other. It'll be good.
Reserve time.
All joking aside, there was a lot of range damage on the map as well. Medusa being one of the hardest carries in the game, and also with split shot and range. And somehow Dire's managed to pick up all ranged heroes, all 4.
Radiance ban.
I wonder if they'll go for the
10
perfect
seconds to
quintuplet
go.
and go all 5 ranged.
5 seconds.
That would actually be kind of cool.
Reserve time.
Actually, with a Drow Ranger, that's not a terrible thing to do. She does have a precision
Dire's
aura,
pick.
giving bonus damage to physical attacks of allies. Maybe that's their strat going in. It's kind of cool. Most of the time when I see people take Drow Ranger, it's not really for the ranged buff, but I don't see why not.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds. 5 seconds. Reserve time.
Phantom Assassin.
Oh, they've broken
Radiant's
the streak.
pick.
They have a PA for their hard carry. That is not range, sir. And a Brood Mother on the Radiant side. So Pretty Bunnies will take the Brood Mother into this fight. No doubt giving them a headache with split pushing. Okay, so let's see who has ended up on which heroes. We have Alloy Wizard on the Ogre Magi. Tugs McBoat is on Magnus.
Better get ready.
Cheese Whiz is on Medusa. Pretty Bunnies is on the Brood Mother, as we said. Rainbow Dash is on Vengeful Spirit. On the other side, on Dire, we have Quiet on the Phantom Assassin going safe lane. Dead Image is on Drow Ranger, probably going mid. Busby's on Wind Ranger for off lane, and we'll see if she's a solo in a minute. Kyler's on Lich Doctor, and Parkview is on Lich. Let's see how Radiant's laning is ending up. A Magnus mid, looks like. Ogre Magi, looks like they're going to go 2-1-2. Ogre Magi and the Brood Mother on offlane. Actually, a little bit of a swap here.
30 seconds to showtime.
Maybe the Ogre Magi is going to roam. Venge and Medusa are in safe lane, and it looks like it's going to be a tri-lane with the Brood Mother offlane solo, which makes a lot of sense. PA playing very aggressively into the Radiant side here for Vision. Scouting while they look for top. Looks like Radiant will not be contesting runes very heavily because Dire is much more committed to them. That's a good spot for them. She does stun and grab the rune, and she's on the run. She may pay for that. Windrunner is using her Windrun ability, signature Windrun, to catch up to Venge, and Venge is in a tough spot, does get nuked down by Kyler. It's going to be first blood, a trade for the bottom rune.
Ouch.
It's hard to say whether that's worth it or not. With the 1.5 value that the first runes spawn, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it does mean a slower start, especially if she can't TP back to lane, which she chooses not to in this case.
Denied.
Magnus is capable mid, but it's going to be a contest of skill between a Magnus and Drow Ranger. Drow Ranger having the range advantage for sure. She is a little bit slower at the start. She has a slow attack animation. A little bit difficult to last hit in the beginning of the game, but definitely can take over after the first, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. Let's see how this Brood Mother game is going. Pretty typical. Webs. Hiding in vision, soaking experience, and Pretty Bunny's smart enough to bring some sentries to lane. So as soon as, and it looks like right now she already suspects that they might have purchased vision for her, so she has planted a safe sentry right there in the middle of lane. But that's actually a smart thing to do as a Brood Mother, because you do want to make sure that the other people do not have vision of you, and when you think you're safe, you'll be feeding them some kills up here. And placing an observer ward to block the easy full camp, allowing her to generate some farm as well. That's a smart play. So let's see how the tri-lane is doing. Looks like they pulled through. That's a smart thing to do. Probably spent a tango on getting that over. There's Busby on Runner. Power shot in a tough position though. Slow tries to wind run out of it and will be able to get out. Wind run does stop you from, it does give you max movement speed, so you can't be slowed from it. Stuns are a good way to stop her, and you did see the magic missile come out on that, but not enough to stop her from wind running out of the dangerous position there. It's one of the things that makes her a great solo off lane, is her ability to get out of tricky positions. And it looks like Magnus
Mid tower could use a little help.
has a DD rune. Someone must have shared a tango with me as a bottle already. And there's a pause for an unknown reason. Ben just paused. It doesn't look like anyone's disconnected, but I apologize for the delay. Oh, lag, I see. There we go, we're back in it.
The Dire best do something about that bottom tower.
And Trow has to regen before heading back to mid. Looks like it wasn't a kill, just chased out of lane by
Dire's
the
bottom
Magnus.
tower's getting the business.
Probably caught a shockwave or two. Looks like Witch Doctor's on the pole here, but probably unaware of this observer ward or sentry at this point. Oh, it was sentry. Probably de-warded the observer ward. So that was a good play. Look at all these wards. Wow, this is going to be a ward contest up the top. So far, Pretty Bunnies has the advantage on Broodmother. Looks like more Radiant wards are sticking than Dire wards. Oh, Drow is real low. Once again, might get chased out of lane by the shockwave. Shockwave's back up. Run, Diddy! No, don't engage. Oh, gets caught by the skewer. A follow-up from the shockwave also. Well played, Tugs. I don't think he even needed the shockwave there to kill the Drow Ranger, but
Radiant's top tower is taking hits.
let's see how bottom lane's doing. Looks like Radiant is pushing up on tower now.
Radiant's top
Good power
tower
shot. Rainbow dash, coyly waiting in the woods here, looking for a gank opportunity. I think the creep wave advantage will make it difficult to get
Radiant's
the Wind
top
Ranger here.
tower's in bad shape.
And Wind Ranger is going to wait on Ward instead, or Rune instead. Does pick up a bounty and she's going on mid. She's on the way, does get pinged. They know she's there. Tugs is backing off, not giving her an opportunity to gank mid. So that's going to end up being wasted time. Let's see how this tri-lane's doing here. Ideally in a tri-lane, you have one person pulling, one person zoning, and the carry farming. And it looks like they're trying to coordinate that.
Dire's mid tower's having technical.
Not sure what Benji's doing, but should probably get in here at any moment. Uh-oh. Oh, and Windrunner able to, oh, here they come. And there's the stun. And the armor debuff, and PA is going to respond to that. Ogre Magi trying to save him, but stuck by a stun from Windrunner. On the run now, PA cutting off their lane of escape, and with the first fire, that's going to get to Ogre Magi. So TP see with Medusa coming back, but there are now 3 in the lane. I don't know if they see the Witch Doctor there. They should see because of the siege. There's a cast stun bouncing back and forth, of course. And right
Somebody's
now,
on a roll.
PA aggressively using the position to farm the easy
Dire's top
Radiant camp.
towers. You know the drill.
Looks like despite the 3 Dire heroes in lane, they're going to see if they can go on this PA. It's a tough position to be in. There's the Shackles on the bench.
Dire's top
And
towers.
Malefict. Malefict? From the Witch Doctor will end the bench to spare trades, takes out the wind range, of course you can get away.
Dire's top towers
It's
gone.
an armor debuff, but still 3 versus 2 in the bottom lane. And I think the
Dire's mid towers having technical difficulties.
the Dire got the better of that fight. And we're gonna pick up a invisibility rune on the PA as well. She probably won't make much use of that other than to escape. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Magnus is making most of the early advantage. Has the most last hits, 41 last hits. The second is PA at 31. Let's see how Broodmother's doing in the top lane. Still hanging on to 2 sentries, so still playing the war game. Has a huge, creepy spider army here. Wow, that's a lot of spiders actually. It does be oh, I see, there are 3 of them. They are able to move down Broodmother before she's able to escape. Spider army with biggest army ever. Oh gosh, Kyler. I don't know that cask is enough to save you from the spider army. Yeesh. And there's a good sentry ward. And PA will farm the spiders here, so that's good. PA does not have Battle Fury yet. I don't know if she's going to go Battle Fury this game. But if she does, that's going to mean an end to the spiders and quite a lot of farm every time she comes up here. Would not be the worst thing in the world to build. Assuming she can get it early enough. Like so many other things, Battle Fury is a tricky item. You definitely need to farm it relatively early in order for it to be effective. Let's see what this Medusa's building. Has a Ring of Aquila now,
Mid tower won't last much longer.
and I would expect the next item to be probably a wand.
Dire's structure's looking fortified.
Possibly boots.
Dire's mid tower
Maybe
needs a
some
little help.
status.
which my matriarch would prize.
And after that, I would expect a Lincoln Sphere. So Magnus does have Blink, key item so that you can land those critical skewers. Looks like they do have Vision of Broodmother in mid. Dire is playing a very strong Vision game, which got in trouble, but so is the Broodmother. Lost arrows. Magnus on the stage. Shockwave for the kill. Nicely played. Runner looking for the kill on the Broodmother, but not catching her. There's the swap.
Somebody's cooking.
And there's the swap.
Couldn't hang on to that mid tower.
Good play by the Vengeful Spirit. That's going to mean 2 down on the Dire side, leaving 3 of the Radiant heroes up at mid
Dire's
to
mid
push mid.
tower's having technical difficulties.
And the tower now. Let's see how everybody's doing on net worth. Magnus, of course,
Tower won't last.
leading the net worth chart at almost 5k gold. Not surprising given the early lead at mid. Top of the last hit chart.
Dire's bottom tower. Dire's mid tower.
Looks like Dire's coming for defense, but I don't think they're going to get here in time before mid tower falls. So that's one. Tier 2 mid tower, 4 Radiants.
That mid tower. Guess what's happening?
Quite a lot of the map,
Tower.
giving them a strong advantage. PA looking to TP the bottom. Trying to neutralize the Medusa as the late game carry. My guess is the dire side wants to play this the late game. They do have a little bit more power in the late game between PA, Drow Ranger, and the Windrunner. All being able to build into late game, even though Medusa's the hardest carry in the game. She is pretty much the only late game hero on the Radiant side, so she might have trouble against the 3 ranged heroes if they're able to come online as well. And here we've got a roaming 3 with a dust. There comes a blink on the bottom. That's a tough spot for the Windrunner. Drow Ranger backing him up with a key silence. There's another blink, but that's going to be a defensive. They do have an Invis rune on bottle, just waiting to kill somebody. Looks like they're going to roam bottom, but Dire does have a ward right here, so they do have vision of them. PA is already on the run. Lich following quickly behind. I don't know if Lich is going to get out in time. Magnus does have the rune, but now in tower range. There's the blink and a steal. PA somehow connecting at a distance with a critical hit. Rather weird. Attack. I think that probably happened because the attack proc before the skewer carrying that's put away. That must have been like 500 units when the PA crit landed. Pretty weird. But now with 4 Radiant heroes versus 2 in the bottom lane, it looks like they'll be able to take tower pretty easily.
Dire's bottom tower's getting the business.
And now with 3 Dire heroes, they'll probably move defensively out.
You know the drill.
And there's a TP. Looks like they are going to rotate out. Radiant taking their tower advantage and moving wisely to a different lane.
Dire's top tower, you know the drill.
Wow, somehow I have missed it, but Broodmother is on quite a kill streak, 6.
Dire's top tower's getting beat down.
I must have just been on screen when she died once, and apparently I'm going to catch her only when she dies. But that's 2 deaths for Broodmother, but she has had 6 kills so far, enjoying quite the streak.
Guess what's happening to Dire's bottom tower?
And it took like all 5 heroes there to get her in top lane there. Despite the amount of vision they're purchasing, so definitely doing her job, providing a distraction, taking a tower, and rattling pots and pans, forcing response from the enemy team. Basically creating space. And evidently that's paying off because Radiant has taken 3 towers outside of the lanes that Broodmother has been in. And if I could select this ward. Okay, so Dire does have vision of the Observer ward on Sentry side, or on the Radiant side. Radiant does not have. Looks like there's going to be a wider engagement. 4 Radiant heroes on bottom lane, 3 Dire heroes in bottom lane, and this looks like a team fight waiting to happen. There's the swap. There's a ult from Medusa. TP in from Diddy Mitch coming in on Drow Ranger. Magnus on the chase, trying to get the Windrunner, but I don't think that they're going to, so now they're backing off in time to get that blink off cooldown so they can escape high ground. So PA the only one to fall in that initial exchange, and now with the lost arrows, that's a counter initiation by Venge. Venge now taking some tower hits, needs to get out. Does get out in time. Loses aggro before the tower takes them down. And looks like that was enough to take down the PA as well. Or Drow Ranger, I apologize. That must have been on the back of the Magnus play. Giving Radiant the opportunity to push this bottom tower.
Dire's bottom tower getting the
Now on the bottom lane. well.
through the dire structures for now. Radiant's
It's a great thing about those clues with
apart.
those big stone pillars and painted on eyes. Great spots to place wards if you have an opportunity
Dire's top
to.
tower, you know the drill.
One of those intuitive things about Dota map.
Dire's got
mechanics.
one last top tower.
And it looks like Broodmother, going unchecked in top lane, has taken down the tier 2 tower. Now threatening to push to high ground. Once again rattling pots and pans, as she does. Forcing a response from Dire, and now they're going to have to commit 2 heroes to look in on the Broodmother to make sure she doesn't take high ground. That's when she gets really threatening, but this is the problem with Broodmother, is that she'll usually get to high ground and then force enough of a response that that she can't actually break high ground on her own. Still no Battle Fury on the EA, slowed down enough by the team fighting that there's no Battle Fury here to take advantage of the spiders. They are going to go 2-on-1, but with the lifesteal from the ultimate on the Broodmother, it's kind of hard to nuke her down. In trouble. Does fall to the Broodmother. You have 3 heroes here now. There's a stun. Partial. Did not connect to a tree. Still enough with the cast as well to get the Broodmother, but that's a 1-for-1 trade. PA for the Broodmother, which is not a good thing for the Dire side. Forcing the rotations and trading the hard carry for the Broodmother, who is really there around split lane pushers, is not ideal. Let's take a look at the net worth chart and see if that's varying out in those numbers as well. Yeah, you can see the Radiant side is topping the net worth chart. Top 3 positions, not even close on the Magnus at over 8k net worth. The only positive there for the Dire side is that the Magnus doesn't actually do a lot with farm. Now it's a Force Staff and a Blink Dagger. It's kind of a carry, but still does not do as much with farm as an agility carry, I think. More of an initiator. I think the PA and the Medusa are definitely harder carries in this game. But here's an engagement, a good shackle shot, trapping the Medusa, allowing her to be nuked down. Runner's out. PA is critical hitting on the bench now, and this fight is going to put solidly to Dire. PA on the run. There's the dagger and the blink strike. Oh, the turnaround. Cavalry coming in. Wind Ranger able to finish the job that he started.
Radiant's mid towers and
There's a Force Staff. Shockwave. But Windrunner's able to get out with a signature Wind Run. Magnus, so that's always a dangerous combination. I think that's the second time we've seen a bottle in this rune. Shadow Blade now on Windrunner. A lot of good positional tools on the Magnus. I like his itemization in his build. Definitely allowing us local skewers, giving him a lot of reach. Another big spider army being built on the Broodmother in the top lane. Once again threatening top lane and forcing response. 2 heroes here babysitting her. That's always a bad recipe when you have to spend 2 heroes to just defend one's push. Unless you're getting a lot of farm from shooting down the spiders, that does mean that you're wasting a lot of time.
The Dire best do something about that bottom tower.
And it looks like this is going to be a time when Radiant can take advantage and take a roach. Good micro on Medusa. Not getting the shield up, the mana shield, and not turning on split shot at the wrong moments. Shows a and Medusa will take the Aegis. And the reason you don't want to keep those on is because mana shield on all the time will drain your mana, and split shot on actually splits down your damage. You have 80% damage with split shot on, and when you have a single target you're attacking like a Roche, you definitely don't want that on because you want to have 100% of your damage coming through. Boldly crossing the river at low health. The Ochre Magi, I think it's probably best to play back a little bit, and looks like they agree, discretion being the better part of valor there. Medusa does farm the jungle so fast with that split shot though. That is really nice. Trying to get the Lich. The Lich throws out an ult, but not enough because there are no targets to bounce to, so Broodmother taking a kill. Wow, that Broodmother is serious. Look, 9 sentry wards. Stack count 9.
Dire's bottom tower got blown to bits.
That is a very serious way to outbuy the Dire's vision potential. I think at this point, Dire should probably be buying gems. If I clicked on her and I saw her carrying 9 sentry wards, I would start buying a gem instead. Magnus Skewer Frozen. Big death ward. And that resulting in revenge death, so trading 1-for-1 on supports.
Trouble brewing at
Magnus going for the Skewer on cooldown. That was able to pull the shockwave in. Not enough to nip down the Lich, but really close, which means 4 Dire heroes are down, and this will probably mean the Radiant can push up the high ground. Need to lose that aggro over. Drawing out a glyph from Dire's side. Still, they've taken half tower. And they're threatening to say a shockwave. Magnus in his own position, skewering, trying to get to low ground, but not make it quite possible to split or step across it. It does make the escape. Broodmother gets dusted. In a rough position here, they're going to go for the Windranger, but Windranger gets off a really nice angle shot. Silence from Drow Ranger to follow up, and another dust. I don't think it's quite necessary, but bad play. Broodmother gets force staffed. Has to throw down the webs to get to high ground. Well played. Overall, a good escape. It's really tricky breaking high ground, that's for sure. Getting trapped up there on the impassable is no comfortable place to be. But with mid tower down now, let's open up the ground for Broodmother to grab a lot more. Position now, 2-on-1 does mean that we got the Drow Ranger. Drow Ranger's gonna buy that right away. Aegis on ults. Ranger is frozen in the stone statue form. Agnes RP's one target. Skewer follow up, but Wind Ranger's able to walk away. Still, that buys a lot of time for the other three heroes to push the Rex. Melee Rex is going to go down. Range Rex is next. Power shot from afar, a little bit of harass. All 5 Radiant heroes, they're going to call a GG, and that's going to be it. That was the right time to call it. Alright, from that, I think just bought a lot of space with the Broodmother and coordinated well. Had a good team that was able to take advantage before the other side was able to come online, so definitely sealing the game there. Well played, guys. Thanks for joining us for this community night. Hope to see you in the next. And to all of our viewers, thanks for watching. Appreciate it.